Good morning.
Morning routines are overrated. Waking up earlier does not make you a more productive person. I don't know if you guys remember the trend going around in 2021 when everybody was doing these crazy morning routines. There would be 15 steps, like taking a cold shower and like chugging protein shakes. Feeling so accomplished and productive so early in the morning was idolized, and this ultimate goal that every successful person should do or was doing. A lot of the content I saw on social media, on morning routines, was looking to the glorification of self. Many routines are rooted in consumerism culture, and one of the reasons why they are such a popular topic on social media is because of our innate desire for perfection and the opportunity to compare ourselves with others. However, a lot of routines don't really give the full picture of what it's actually like in your day-to-day life and are highly edited snippets of reality. Now, most of my morning routines failed because I chose to listen to productivity gurus and life hackers on social media without checking if what they said was actually in line with what God wanted me to do in the first place. Having a morning routine can be good, but overemphasis on what we're doing in our morning routines should never be more important than why we're doing it. Our mindset and habits that we choose to do going into our morning routine determines whether or not that routine will actually be helpful for us. That said, the best morning routines are highly personal and tailored to your lifestyle and routine. Usually the first thing that we do when we want to get up earlier is start our alarms for an earlier time. But if you're a night owl like me, what usually happens is you have great ambition for tomorrow and want to get an earlier start before school or work. Having set your alarm for 6 a.m. the next morning, you get into bed a few hours earlier to get a good amount of sleep. But you don't. So you scroll on your phone, watch TV, do anything else besides sleeping because you're just not tired. And the next morning when you wake up, it feels just awful. Forcing yourself out of bed at 6 a.m. with 4 hours of sleep is not heroism, it's self-sabotage. You are unique. Our peak hours of working vary from person to person and should affect how we structure our morning routines. One size does not fit all, and ultimately we weren't made to be efficiency machines. How you build your morning routine depends on your chronotype. Chronotypes are used to describe a person's natural tendency to be more productive either in the morning or in the afternoon. People often refer to these chronotypes as the tendency to be a night owl or an early bird. Your chronotype is determined by many genetic variants, and sex in a lab has revealed that night owls have a higher risk of obesity, depression, and type 2 diabetes. They found that in night owls, artificial light can delay your circadian rhythm, or our body's internal 24-hour clock. Our circadian rhythm regulates our body's essential functions, such as our sleep-wake cycle, and is synchronized by external cues such as light. Morning birds usually have an easier time synchronizing with natural light cycles, whereas the eyes of night owls are more sensitive to light later in the evening. This may cause a stronger delay in the night owl's resetting of their circadian rhythm, which can disrupt their sleep-wake cycle. However, there is hope. Our environment and lifestyle can play big roles in what our chronotype can be. If you want to get out of bed earlier, you need a good amount of sleep, especially for us night owls. That means we need to hack our environment. Putting away devices a few hours before bed, dimming the lights to very warm tones, and using calming scents like lavender can create a relaxing mood before bed and help you fall asleep quicker. Now, I work best in the afternoon and I don't have a ton of energy in the morning. So I focus on a very simple morning routine that allows me to schedule lighter work in the morning and tackle my bigger tasks in the afternoon. One size does not fit all for a morning routine, so I would encourage you to test this out and make your own tweaks if you need to. Mornings with Jesus never fail to feed my soul well, and it sets me up for whatever comes my way the day ahead. Which is why reading my Bible and doing my daily devotions is the first thing I do to start every day. Ephesians 6:11-17 said, "Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand firm. Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and as shoes for your feet, having put on the readiness given by the gospel of peace. In all circumstances, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Following Jesus means that you will be met with fierce resistance and persecution from the world. In fact, the one thing that we can count on is that the world will hate us. In John 15:18-20, it says, "If the world hates you, know that it has hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love you as its own. But because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Remember the word that I said to you, a servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you." We don't fight against people. We fight against the spiritual powers of darkness in this world. In light of recent events, it has never been more important than it is now to equip yourselves and know what you believe. It says in 1 Peter 3:14-16, "But even if you should suffer for righteousness' sake, you will be blessed. Have no fear of them, nor be troubled. But in your hearts honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you. Yet do it with gentleness and respect." We should always be ready to give a response to anyone about our faith and what we believe in the Bible. Out of all the things I do in my morning routine, this is the one non-negotiable thing that really changed my life. This might seem kind of weird, but I'm reminded of that one meme about Moore from Madagascar 2, I think it was, where he's dancing on the beach like tra-la-la-la-la. Why am I laughing? And that's kind of what it is with Christianity. In the face of adversity and struggles, there can be a real weight when it comes to carrying out our faith. I have heard that a lot of people are scared, but I want to encourage you that God has a plan for your life. And we may suffer, we may get hate from other people, but the only person I need to please is God. After my time with God, I do my daily hygiene. Washing my face with water and applying a light layer of moisturizer is all I do for skincare in the morning. I've changed into my workout clothes, and to take advantage of the last days of sun, I get outside for a 10 to 15 minute walk. The reason why light exposure is so important to get in the morning is because our bodies naturally release a healthy amount of cortisol when we wake up, which boosts our immune system and kickstarts our metabolism. If we scroll on our phone in the dark every morning, our bodies won't know it's time to wake up. In my research on the topic, I found it really interesting that when we consistently delay our body's natural light exposure and wait until the afternoon to go outside, it can be an attributing factor associated with insomnia and depression. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we have very long, wet winters. So going outside to get sunshine usually only happens from the months of like May to October. I have a little daylight lamp that I take out when it becomes wintertime in order to simulate the effects of light when the weather turns gray. And this will help trick my brain into thinking that the sun is up and help make me more awake in the morning. As part of my morning routine, I am incorporating 30 minutes of gentle movement. It really depends on the day. I will start out with walking for 10 to 15 minutes outside if possible, and on the treadmill inside if it's not. And it improves my mood so much when I get this in, and is a great opportunity to listen to some energizing worship music and a great time to talk to God. Pro tip, invite him into your morning. I know he would love to talk with you. Once I'm done with that, I'll do a full body stretch. Usually I'll just follow a YouTube video, and if I'm feeling up to it, I'll do a 10 to 20 minute workout. I've been loving the Glow with Joe workouts, and it makes it really easy for me to just pop it on to my computer and follow along. If you're curious, I'll link the channel down below so you can go ahead and check out her content too. After exercise, I'll pour myself a nice hot cup of coffee. I like putting some non-dairy milk, salt, and cinnamon in mine. I try to delay caffeine till later in the morning to avoid interfering with my body's natural release of adenosine. Adenosine is a neurotransmitter that accumulates when we sleep and clears out naturally in the morning before being built back up later in the day. Drinking caffeine in the morning can interrupt that flow and lead to it releasing after the caffeine wears off, contributing to that feeling of being in an afternoon slump. As for breakfast, I try to do something with high protein. That doesn't happen all the time, but in order for me to meet my goals, I made a big batch of these turkey sausage and red pepper egg bites and threw them in the freezer. I just microwave them when I need them for 30 seconds each, and they make a really nice, easy, fast breakfast. Before I start working in the morning, I will change into my outfit of the day that I chose the night before. Now, if I was going out to church, I would change into a little something more dressier, like a dress or just some nice pants and maybe a blouse. This is the fit for today. I have this Adidas sweatshirt, and it has the cutest little farmer's market design on the back, and just some leggings. really simple for today because I'm just doing filming and editing work. And that's it. If you guys want a full breakdown of some tips and tricks that I use to get more sleep the night before, I'll go ahead and link my nighttime routine video. And please remember that God loves you, He has a plan for you. And if you are found in Him, remember that we are conquerors through Him who loved us, which is Romans 8:37. Anyways, have a great day and see you next time. Bye. And want to get an earlier, you have great and in John 15:8-13. Routine. I am in the routine.